In case you don't know, our mission here at Sorted is to get people into the kitchen talking about
and cooking
great food.
Because of this, the guys at Tesco have asked us to take some everyday ingredients and use them to create 3 incredible dishes.
This week we're looking at
tomato juice! Are there 3 things that you can do with tomato juice?
Most definitely, and we're going to show them to you both sweet and savoury.
I'm making a tomato juice cake. I'm making a vegetable bean chilli.
And first up, I'm making a tomato and chive vinaigrette. Cooking doesn't get easier than this.
In fact, we're starting off with literally the easiest recipe ever. The vinaigrette, though, is not to be underestimated.
No.
It's a very powerful tool in the right hands.
Yep.
This is a very tasty one. I'm going to make it in a jam jar, or a kiln jar. So pour in our tomato juice. All going to happen in the same jar.
You say it's powerful in the right hand. What if it got in the wrong hands?
What if Voldemort got hold of it?
Next up, a good quality extra virgin olive oil. If you can plug in 2 shot glasses of that.
Yep.
Perfect. Now with vinaigrette, it's all about ratio, and I would normally put 1 part vinegar to 3 parts oil.
1 part vinegar to 3 parts gret.
But in this one, it's a bit different because the tomato juice is not oil or vinegar, but it is quite tangy, but it's not quite vinegar, so it's a bit different. So follow the recipe for this one. Slightly different to a standard vinaigrette. So just 1 tablespoon of that.
What's that?
Red wine vinegar.
Thank you.
And there's only 2 more ingredients. Garlic, peel it, but keep it whole.
Okay.
And I'm going to chop up some fresh chives as fine as possible.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I always buy my vinaigrette off the shelf.
Okay.
You've got 10 seconds to convince me why this is better than buying off the shelf. Jamie.
Because it's taken us about 8 seconds to do this. You put that in there, I'll put this in here, we'll shake it up, and that is your 10 seconds.
Whereas it would take a good half an hour to go through shops and back. Plus, this one you can personalise. If you want it more tangy or more spicy, more salty, you can personalise it. A bought jar, you just got to use what they give you.
And it's cheaper.
But what if I change my mind, I want Caesar dressing instead of that one?
Then I can refer you to another video.
Okay.
Here we go, to finish it off, the chives go in, the garlic goes in, but whole.
Okay.
And that's just going to give enough flavour without overpowering it, because raw garlic is very strong.
It is.
Pop the lid on.
Yeah, I'll do my little Tom Cruise impression.
Always wear a red shirt, just in case you do spill any, no one will know.
Does the garlic have long enough to have a flavour?
Yeah, it will impart some flavour because you're shaking it and bashing it up, the oils come out. Like when you make a panzanella and you just rub it around the outside of the bowl. Perfect. Plus, you're not going to use all this at once. It will keep in the fridge for a good week or so. Just shake it every time you want to use it and it will get stronger and stronger garlic, but absolutely, taste that.
It's the same thing when you rub garlic on Ben's toothbrush.
Oh, yeah.
I can taste that flavour straight away.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
That is our tomato and chive vinaigrette.
Sorted.
And next up, we're making a vegetable bean chilli.
A really hearty dish with obviously beans at the focus of it, but also tomato juice, a really quick, simple sauce. Okay, so it starts with our root veg. Do you want to chop up the chilli? Seeds and all if you like it hot. Take the seeds out if you don't prefer the heat. And I'm going to peel and dice celery and carrot. With all the main chopping done, a shot of oil into our pan and start to fry off all of those veg. That really is the only chopping involved in this process. Other 2 flavours are going to go in a minute. A clove of garlic and some fresh thyme. So I'm just going to chop those up.
Yep.
Barry, can you drain off our 3 tins of beans? And now it couldn't be easier. Into the pan with the veg already softened, garlic and thyme. 3 different dried spices. So we've got ground cumin, ground coriander and cayenne pepper, so a bit more heat there. Teaspoon of each.
How spicy is this chilli?
Well, you took the seeds of
Is
the
it
chilli out.
Jamie spicy or is it Ben spicy?
It's Ben spicy. I like
dear.
a warmth to give you a bit of a glow, but not a blow your head off. But you can personalise yours.
It's mild.
We're obviously making this vegetarian.
Yep.
Could you add meat in to make a chili con carne?
Smoky bacon would be good with all the beans. You don't need a huge amount of meat because the beans are doing that job for you, but the flavour of bacon would be amazing. You could put beef in, whatever you like. But actually, with all these flavours, vegetarian is always good. Next up, in with all of our tomato juice. So carton's kicking it out in the fridge. This makes the easiest sauce ever, and all of your beans.
And they're good for your heart.
Beans, good for your heart, indeed. Generous pinch of salt and pepper, and leave the whole thing to bubble away for about 20 minutes so the sauce reduces. In the meantime, we can place some rice into salted boiling water to cook. And look at all that beany goodness. We can serve it right up with our wild rice.
That would make the best beans on toast ever.
If you've got any left over, the flavours get better the day after. You are so right.
Do you want some avocado, Ben?
A little bit of avocado on top, along with some sour cream and fresh coriander.
Oh, and that is our vegetable bean chilli.
Sorted.
Yeah, it is.
Believe it or not, this does work, and here's why.
Well, carrot cake works, and all we're going to do is take out grated carrot and put in grated sweet potato, and we're going to take out orange juice, which you often put into carrot cake, so on that citrusy tanginess, and put in tomato juice, still a liquid, still tangy. It's going to work a treat.
You've convinced me.
First up, crack the eggs into a bowl and whisk with the sugar and oil, and then take your tomato juice and place it into a pan, reduced by half, and allow it to cool until you have that. Add the last liquid into your mix, which is our reduced tomato juice.
I think I'm right in saying we have made this recipe before, or a similar one.
You are right.
How is this different?
You are right.
Thank you.
We made tomato soup cake before, which had a whole tin of tomato soup in it, and we cooked it in a tin.
Yeah.
This one has sweet potato in it, so it's a bit more body that comes from sweet potato, more like a carrot cake texture, as opposed to the tomato soup cake texture, which was just liquid.
Nice one.
So I'm going to peel this and then grate it. When it comes to the grated sweet potato, you need a very set weight, and it needs to be the grated weight. So you need to grate it and then weigh it out. All the weights and measurements are available down below.
Was that heavy?
What do you mean?
You made it look like it was heavy.
175 grams. You can whisk that into there along with all of the flour and our spices. We've got mixed spice, cinnamon, and baking powder, so it's nice and light and fluffy. Plus 2 types of flour, wholemeal and self-raising.
I've got a question. This cake looks like it's got a load more ingredients and there's quite a bit more involved than a normal cake. Why should I go to this much effort rather than just make a little Victoria sponge?
You haven't tasted it yet. When we get to the end and you taste it, it is incredible. It's like any kind of muffin or carrot cake. It's got lots of spices, it's got lots of nuts we're going to put on top. It is worth the effort because it just tastes and looks phenomenal.
Oh.
Transfer your mixture into 2 lined sandwich tins, and then they go into an oven. They need to bake at 180 degrees for 25 minutes.
I can do this bit. Cream cheese frosting, cream cheese and icing sugar in a bowl.
While I chop up some nuts. And all that's left to do is ice your cake. So 1 base with a dollop of cream cheese and spread all the way around. Then the next base, more cream cheese, more pecans, chopped up.
How much are we going for?
Liberal nuttage.
I can do that.
Look at that. I do believe that that is our tomato juice cake.
Sorted.
Who thought you could make all of this with tomato?
I didn't think you could make that.
Tell us what you think.
That is really good
I
cake.
have done such a good job there.
All right, go for chili. I think this is going to have quite a kick to it.
Oh, it's not.
Decent.
That has got a warmth to it.
Let's warm it up.
All that needs is some spice added to it.
Yeah, if that had some spice, that'd be great.
I think it's quite hot. And this one, the vinaigrette lasts forever.
Forever, ever.
Well, don't quote me on that, but at least a week or so in the fridge.
The thing I like about that is you get the vinegary kick, but then it sort of
Mellows, you're right.
Mellows with tomato.
you go like that. Oh my!
Oh, tomato.
They are all so different. I don't know which one my favourite is.
I'll tell you which one it is. It's that one there.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
great.
this one here.
I was going to go for the cheese.
You've all chosen your own.
Yeah.
We want to know from you which one is your favourite, or if you do something completely different with tomato juice, let us know in the comments below.
And subscribe, please.